Hello, U.S. History students. We're going to be doing a recording of your directions for your Japanese Internment text-dependent analysis assignment for U.S. History. This assignment will be found in week 12 of the course. The due date is April 15th. The point value is 20 points. I'm going to go ahead and just read through the directions, but please be aware that what is referred to as the assignment recording right here will have a link to it. Once this recording is done, I will place the link right there, so you will see that when you actually open your version of it. For this assignment, you'll be providing a written response to a prompt using a letter written by a girl, Louise Agawa, who was imprisoned in one of the internment camps during World War II with her family. Follow the directions in this assignment, but you can get assistance by watching the recording of the live lesson in your Class Connect schedule for Monday, April 12th, and from these video directions provided. The link again will be right here below. Also, reach out to your teacher during office hours or other scheduled times if you need additional help. The prompt for the assignment is as follows. Internment camps were used by the U.S. during World War II. After reading Louise Agawa's letter, analyze the author's point of view and theme about life inside the camp. Use evidence from the passage to support your response. The area where you're going to write or type out your response will be right here below the red underlined section that says type your response here. The letter itself that you are using to answer the prompt is provided here, and I'm going to go ahead and read through the letter for you just so you are aware. Beneath the letter is a progression chart that talks about the different levels that we are looking for in your assignment, starting with a beginning level, emerging, developing, and meeting. For these categories, focus on the prompt, understanding the text, use of textual evidence, inferences, and explanation and elaboration. So these are the categories that we'll be using to assess how well you did on the assignment, what you've included based on these levels of development. So you may refer to that at any time. Let's go back up to the top of the letter and I will read the letter for you. Letter to Clara Breed from Louise Agawa, Poston, Arizona. Received by Clara Breed, 6th of January, 1942. This is the transcription of the letter. January 6, 1942. Dear Miss Breed, I received the sweater and my brother's shorts. Thank you very, very much for going through so much trouble for me. In my last letter, I said the fence was torn down. Well, it is up again, this time a few feet further out. We have been told that the reason for the fence building was so that cattle won't come near our homes. In other words, cattle is going to be grazed outside the fence, but as yet, we have not seen any. Yes, I think the fence tends to weaken the morale of the people. New Year's, I attended the New Year Festival, which was held in Camp 2. I was held 3 days, January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. There were various exhibits. The Camp 2 industry exhibit displayed various kinds of things made by the department. Education was very interesting too. There, the work of the school children were displayed. Agriculture was another. In this building were many different kinds of vegetation. They were very green and looked as fresh as a daisy. The only one I enjoyed most was the arts and craft. The longest line was in front of this building. My girlfriend and I actually waited half an hour in line. It was worth the waiting time, I thought. When we saw the rows and rows of beautiful artificial flowers, chrysanthemums, in a greenhouse, after standing in the hot sun, it gave us a refreshing feeling. I wish you could have been there. We now have oil stoves in our homes and school, but it does little good because you have to be near the stove in order to receive any heat. By keeping all the windows closed, the room may become warm, but we were warned against it. Several people have been sent to the hospital because they did not leave any windows open. They inhaled the fume which comes out of the stove. As a Christmas gift, we, the students of Poston 3 High School, receive $500 from the McKinley High School of Honolulu. This is to buy athletic equipment. Dr. Carey, who was our superintendent of schools in Poston, is a former principal of McKinley High School. As time marches on, more and more Poston seems like a home to me. After leaving home for a visit to Camp 1 or 2, it certainly feels good to be home again. No longer is the thought of being in a camp afloat in my mind. But every time I see the fence, it seems like a dark cloud has lifted and a realization of camp life comes before my eyes. Often I used to think, as I laid on my pillow, what will happen to be if I had to live in this camp for 5 years? But now I don't seem to think about camp. I guess I have adopted myself to this situation. But many a time I've wished with all my heart that I could go back to San Diego. Yes, the food shortage has affected us. We have had no butter or egg for about 2 months. We have enough meat, though. Just tonight we had steak, mashed potatoes, spinach, and rice for supper. Oh yes, about the menu for a week. I am sorry I did not send it to you. To be honest, it slipped my mind. But this time I shall be sure to keep the menu for a week and send it to you, just as soon as a week is up. We are allowed 1 tablespoon of sugar to 1 cup of coffee. We eat rice only once a day now. We have fresh milk. It comes all the way from California. We have tea, too, but it is black. I certainly wish we were allowed to have cameras. I'd like to snap our living quarters, school, etc. It will be such a nice souvenir and a good remembrance. Miss Breed, do you know if shower caps are in the shortage list too? I would very much like to have 2 notebook paper-lined 2-package or 1 letter and envelope from Louise Agawa to Clara Breed. Once you have read through the text, be sure to go back up and reread the prompt again so that you know again what you are to be answering. It says internment camps were used by the U.S. during World War II. After reading Louise Agawa's letter, analyze the author's point of view and theme about life inside the camp. Use evidence from the passage to support your response. So you'll be using the text below, you're writing your answer here, and we will go over this in detail during our session on Monday, April 12th. So be sure to use that recording to help you, and this recording link will be provided here on the assignment for this particular recording. Good luck!